It's Friday's Roundup with Phil and Hank. Total nonsense, a weekend outlook, dumbest criminals, facts about anything and nothing, and leftovers from the week. Just like that sandwich from Tuesday on Hank's desk, it's a little stale, but you'll probably eat it anyway. Today's Roundup is brought to you by the great folks at Julie Karen State Farm, Napa Auto and Truck Parts, and by Syme Funeral Home.
Move 'em on.
It's time for the Roundup.
Rawhide. Cut 'em out. Ride 'em in. Cut 'em out. Ride 'em in rawhide.
Here we are. Yes, indeed. The Roundup. Oh, there
My
you go.
goodness. Good morning.
Hank Bray, and there's Drew Smith as well.
Drew.
Good morning.
How
How you doing, Drew?
I'm spectacular. How are you guys?
You just made our show better.
Well, I don't know about that.
The fact that we're on the air, that's the big thing.
thank you.
IQ probably didn't go up, but the handsome factor totally is off the scales now.
The handsome factor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
We've never had one in here until today.
Unfortunately, I had to call him this morning to help out, to get us back up and running at 100.9.
And he didn't cry or anything.
No, he didn't. He's good. He doesn't look bad. He's got a
showed-
little bed head, but not bad.
That happens all the time. I showed Hank a picture that from the bluff this morning. The sun was amazing. It was a
gorgeous.
beautiful
It was
morning.
gorgeous.
It's just wonderful here.
Beautiful.
It was like a picture painted from God, wasn't it?
That's what I described.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. It was
absolutely
incredible.
gorgeous.
So I'm glad you called me this morning to get out of bed.
Well, we'll just start doing it on a regular basis, whether we need something fixed or not.
I don't want to be on with Hank anymore. Drew, I need you.
Hey, Drew, can you come start our coffee pot?
Yeah.
I'll be there in an hour.
What is the job description for for you? I mean, you coffee pot with that?
Yeah, there's the chief cook and bottle wash, if you've ever heard that term, but really all the technical stuff. So anything that has a blinking light or plugs in, I'm kind of responsible for making sure it works and is okay. And then of course when you're Phil, you don't need help. You're always the one that's helping me, but this guy here,
Hank
always needs help.
He needs a lot of help.
Always needs help.
My Christmas lights are not blinking in my house.
If one goes out, they all go out.
And their DELs are
DELs, yeah. See, this is exactly what. True. The DEL is out.
DEL? Boy.
Some letters in a random configuration.
I know it has an L in it.
You're close.
Anyway,
Yeah, nice job.
How was your trip over from Baraboo? Is
It
that
was
right?
dark, but it was great. Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's it was, I spend all my time thinking about what am I going to see when I walk in. Will there be deer prancing around? Did an animal get in the building? Well, it wasn't. It was just really mundane and
Right.
Did Henry have a key or?
But it started, and I talked to another radio station. They were covering the volleyball last night. But, you have 35-mile-an-hour winds that just don't let up for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of problems.
Yesterday was really crazy. There were stretches where, and I think you mentioned it too, you'd sit and watch the wind gauge, and it would stick at 35 for minutes on end. And then they ended up with trees down on power lines and some power issues all over central Wisconsin and south central Wisconsin yesterday. So, yeah, that stuff causes problems.
Yeah, it does. Hopefully it's done now for a little while anyway.
I think it'll be good.
Our new weather station is leaning this way. We should. We should.
I wonder
be okay.
who would fix that.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
What's Bo doing today?
I don't know. Sleeping yet, I think.
Yeah.
yeah. Drew, but there's no lights or blinky things on it, so you ain't fixing it.
No, I'm handing it off to somebody else. I'm a delegate.
You know what? I'm
by
going to go
nature.
get my ELDs done.
Oh, Hank.
Hey, speaking of not so bright people,
What do you have, Hank?
I have the world's dumbest criminal of the week. Yes, I'm not it.
Oh, this week.
This week, yeah.
One man robbed a convenience store, stealing from the register, but then stayed around to ask for a job application. He filled it out, completed it with his real name and address and contact details, took the money, left the application. Needless to say, he didn't get the job, but he did get arrested shortly.
What? The police department calls. We're just calling for reference. Available on demand.
Oh, sad.
Anyway, so big weekend for some things going on tonight. Ithaca at
Johnson Creek.
Johnson Creek. Good luck to those. Good luck to those dogs.
Should be a good one.
This should be a good
It
one.
was last year.
Well, anything tomorrow, Philip?
Maybe rest a little bit.
For you, yeah. We get an extra hour's sleep.
I was just going to say the
We
time
do.
changes a little bit this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Beauty rest.
Beauty rest.
Extra hour.
My bedhead is just going to be out of control on Sunday morning.
Yeah, that hour we lost in the spring will gain back tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
back in the day, That was quite an undertaking because I've always been the Saturday night sign-off person here since '86. But you used to have to reset every clock before the morning person came in. So we had at that time like 15 clocks that y'all you had to set the hands back. And then the one in the control room, the main broadcast facility, you had to have that down because if it was 2 or 3 seconds off, someone would say, now CBS News, dead air, because it was
and that's what you don't want on radio. And then when automation came along and computers got really big, for years they could not handle daylight savings. So you would have to log in at 2 a.m. or go to the studio at 2 a.m. and change the time on every computer. And if you didn't, then you would end up with an hour of dead air, depending on what time. It was just incredible. So I'm glad they finally got that part out, figured out. But
it's easier now.
I have a new show.
Yeah,
it's called Dead Air. Yeah.
We had a little bit of that this morning. So
syndicated.
My favorite radio morning show I've ever had was Morning Breath. And,
Morning Breath,
was quite a hit, and it was real.
Sponsored by Certs.
This show
Listerine. This show is horrible.
That is. The only clock that we have in the building that has hands is in the morning show studio in here, and evidently it needs a battery. Because
it's been dead for a while.
I had a guest the other day. They looked up at the clock, seeing how much more time we had, and it said 5:45.
The clock is right twice a day.
Have we been talking that long?
Yes. So, but anyway, any plans for you over the weekend, Ruby?
This weekend, let's see. No, I'm going to get my extra hour of beauty sleep, which will be great.
Good.
Everyone
might want to try too.
If I can sneak it in, I will.
Set the clock
can
back
I reset
2 hours.
the clock twice? Yeah. No, otherwise hanging out with the fam, and I'm going to enjoy some gorgeous fall Wisconsin weather. So.
Good for you. Yeah. Hey, if you really want to play a joke on your family, set the clock not back, but up an hour.
Ooh. You'd really be messed up.
You're just pure evil.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, no one would know it.
Yeah.
No.
Except for you.
And I'm the one that would get caught because I'd forget that I did it.
Exactly.
Drew show up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
What are you doing at work? We don't start till 7.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd be a little early for church on Sunday, right?
Yeah, just be sitting there.
that would be funny though. I would never do anything.
How about you? What's going on this weekend? What special plans do you have?
Well, I don't have any plans.
No.
I think I will have to be stuffing envelopes, I'm sure, once Carol gets a hold of me.
Yeah.
But other than that...
Happy November 1st, by the way.
Yeah,
Can you believe that it's the 1st of November?
No, I can't.
What happened?
I don't know, man.
With summer weather.
Christmas is coming.
And I was going to ask you about that. Are you going to go ahead and get me the same gift that you got me last year?
They're all out of those special costumes I bought for you, but I'll see what I can find.
I'm getting you the same thing, just a different color.
There's a shortage. The lace that was on that costume, there's a shortage of it apparently. I can't get it anymore. So
silk's fine.
Yeah, I don't need a whole lot of material. It's a pretty.
Speaking of silk, you know, I have a pair of Speedos. If you want to.
Every day.
The world is not ready for that.
Every day he brings up Speedo, and it's time that we put a kibosh.
Strange fascination.
Can you wire up something that when he says Speedo, it just shuts off his
I'm going to go do that right now. I'm going to go, guys, and I'm going to go work
There's no little red button, so I'm all right.
Oh.
Well, buddy, have a good day. You have a good. Thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure.
It's great to see you guys.
And I'm going to go fix my DELs and
be sure to reboot it.
Yeah, everybody be kind.
Sounds good. Hank Bray, Drew Smith.
Good morning.
Thanks for getting us back on the air. We appreciate that. We'll be back with more. And the birthday's coming up.